Hello everyone, it's Sunday, 7:30, and it's time for another Litchfield County Computer Shop video. There's a few things I want to talk about, and we'll get right to it. First thing is this Dell laptop over here that's kind of in pieces, and the reason it's in pieces is this particular model of Dell laptop has a problem with the hinges, and what happens is over a period of time the hinge where the screen attaches to the base actually will rip out the screw hole where the hinge attaches to the base, and it will strip the hole and break the hinge. And that's what's happened here. And I actually have to do some custom modifications to this laptop. I actually have to drill a new hole and put a bolt through to keep this from happening again. This is a problem with this specific Dell. This is a Dell Inspiron 15 7000 series laptop. I happen to have the same one. I have to check mine. For those of you in Woodbury, our former first selectman had the same laptop that had the same problem. I actually fixed it not all that long before he passed away. And this is another client with the same problem. All three of us have the same laptop, so I'm getting this one fixed. And I need to mention too that it's kind of a bear to find the bolt, because I need a bolt where the head is very, very thin. The diameter of the head is almost non-existent on these bolts. They're very hard to find bolts, and I just so happen to have two of them. Okay, next couple things I want to talk about are a couple big things in the security news. First of all, those of you that are local to Litchfield County Computer may be aware of an article that was on WTNH the other night. Friday, UCONN Health announced a major HIPAA violation and security breach. 325,000 people had their medical records leaked and other personal identifying information as well. How did this happen, you may ask? It happened because a handful of individuals that work for UCONN Health had this information stored in their email, in their corporate email account. Either the information itself was stored in there, or the login information to access this information was stored in there, and their email got breached. I couldn't believe it when I read the article, the sheer ignorance, negligence, and just plain stupidity, of what went on. everyone that works in the medical field should be very aware of their corporate security policy, and they should have to sign it when they begin employment. So I'd like to know how in the heck that happened and where people's heads were that were doing this. I'm not a huge fan of electronic medical records to begin with. I'm not a huge fan of using the cloud for medical records, and you may say, what is the cloud? Well, I'm going to do a video on the cloud and its very serious drawbacks. The cloud, people, is another term for the internet. Yeah. When your data is in the cloud, it's really on the internet, on a server that you do not own, that you do not have physical control over, and is exposed for the entire world to potentially get at. Not good. And if there's any lapse in security at all, something is going to get hacked. And when we deal with highly sensitive medical, financial, or legal records, we are dealing with what I call a high value target, or HVT. When you store HVT data, attackers will stop at nothing to get at it. They will come at you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People that deal with these records need to understand this. The people that are in charge of protecting these records from attack have rules that they need to live by. The cyber criminals don't live by rules. They have no rules. They do whatever they want. And if they want to stay up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and constantly try to break into your servers and the stuff that you hold, they'll do it. They don't care. Unfortunately, electronic medical records are required to be in the cloud, thanks to the Affordable Care Act. Second thing I want to talk about. Read an article this morning about using debit cards at the gas pump. Absolutely do not do this. I will explain why right now. You may be familiar with the fact that when you go shopping, most of your stores have upgraded their credit card readers and debit card readers to what we call chip and pin style credit cards, or what's also called EMV. That stands for Europay, MasterCard, and Visa. Yes, they've been doing this in Europe for years. It took us a while in the US to get caught up because the switch over to EMV style payment systems cost over $1 billion to do. But there's another problem. And that is this. The gas pumps most of them are very old. Most of these gas pumps are old enough so that you cannot simply open them up, pull the old card readers out that still use the magnetic stripe and install a chip and pin reader. They won't take the upgrade. The only thing you can do, if you're one of these people, and there's a lot of gas stations that are in this boat, is you have to rip out the entire pump and you have to replace it. This can cost over $10,000 per pump. Not cheap. And a lot of these gas station owners are just trying to make ends meet, and life is not easy for them. And the last thing they want to do is upgrade their gas pumps for a simple card reader. I'll give you another example. A couple years back in Connecticut, Governor Malloy proposed that gas stations install generators to run the gas station during a storm, like they do in Florida. In Florida, that's code. Problem there is, many of these gas stations run on three-phase power. They require large three-phase generators in order to supply the correct three-phase power for the gas pumps. The gas station owners told Malloy in no uncertain terms what he could do with his proposed law and exactly where he could put it. Hence, these gas stations are not going to upgrade their stuff to chip and pin. What's the fix for this? If you really want to use a debit card, go inside. But personally, I don't recommend using a debit card. Use a credit card. Credit cards have fraud protection on them. Debit cards do not. If your debit card information gets leaked, a cyber criminal has everything he or she needs to completely clean you out. Because debit cards have direct access to your bank account. Credit cards do not. And I think that will be all for this evening's video. As always, please feel free to rate, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think is good and let me know what you think is not good. I don't care either way. Feedback helps me improve the videos. And I will see everyone soon. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.